Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Exquisite Interiority. This is a special 9-part series dedicated to taking care of yourself from the inside out, brought to you by MPowered Podcast. I am your co-host, Michael Abity, and I'm here with...
This is Marilyn Egan.
And together we've been one by one unraveling the mysteries of our chakra systems and relating that to how that affects our bodies and offering exercises, insights, and we're going to be tying all of this together with our Facebook page and our Facebook group where we're going to deepen this discussion and help people integrate it and open up so that they're cleared, work naturally, fulfill their dreams, boom, live life, great.
Exactly.
Like all of that.
And know that they have a choice of how their life's going to be.
Yeah.
How they want to feel.
Yeah. Like they get to say how it's going to be from here on out.
Yeah.
Not by default. This chakra is the Crown Chakra. It's about unity. The sound is Om. Getting really good at that.
Yeah.
Color is pink. Location, top of the head. And the meaning of unity is the state of being one. Oneness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally know nothing about the Crown Chakra.
Okay.
So I'm like,
interesting, yeah.
sort of discovered that my knowledge of that as we're going through this really kind of stopped at the throat.
Okay.
And this, I feel them opening up, activating with everything that we've been doing, but like I'm really, what about the crown? Like the jewel, the crown. Why is it called that?
Yes, exactly.
What is it?
Well, that's actually, I sometimes feel a line on my head that is where a crown would sit. If there was a crown on my head, I can feel that activate when it opens up sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know that light comes out and it also receives light. It receives and takes in energy both directions. It oftentimes takes in also some of the information we were just talking about that we receive from guides, that we receive from our divine.
Mm-hmm.
When we ask questions, even though we may get it from the third eye, we can also get it through the crown. And I think the crown is about unity because I'm gonna flip this back just a little bit to when we were at the first chakra.
Okay.
And we talked about tribe and how that definition of tribe could vary in so many ways. Well, when all of these chakras are open, the crown is open, and that energy moves up and down, like from the earth, which is the first chakra, touches the earth, and back up. When that's moving and that energy flows, that tribe moves really into an energy of we are one. Like oneness. Like what if our tribe could include everyone? And we could feel safe in a tribe of the whole world.
Like not be scared of people?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? So it's just a thought of if that tribe could be that big. I don't know how many people get to that point. I don't know if we're all headed that way at some time. But isn't that a fabulous thought?
It is. It's always seemed like a pipe dream.
Right.
But as we're talking, what if that was just because that crown chakra was...
Or that we just hadn't connected to everything yet, that we're afraid to connect. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't you think though that the energy of everything and but the planet waking up, that it's all really moving to that, and that everything
that's my hope.
That's not that is showing up the way it's showing up now, so we can see it question it and choose something different.
Yeah.
Because you can't change anything until you acknowledge it.
Exactly.
So what if that was happening collectively?
Right. Well, and actually this kind of takes us back a little bit to the sixth chakra that just popped into my mind.
From where?
Yeah, exactly. That if we are all connected through all of these, we all have our third eye open, we all have all 7 chakras and then some open. What is communication? Are we communicating through each other's third eye? Like, can I connect in your third eye and you say something to me that way and then you connect back to me, which I think some of us do that already. I mean, how many times have we finished each other's sentences? I think before we started our podcast last year, we were talking about how we were going to have these conversations, and I said, now, wait a minute. We're going to actually have to complete our sentences. We can't just jump in and go, oh, yeah, yeah, and finish each other's sentences without completing them. We can't do the third eye talk. So, I mean, I do think that's possible, that we can all connect with each other through our third eye.
That we're telepathic.
Right.
Well, isn't that happening? Because
Yeah.
I've been in, right now I can think of 3 instances in my life where, because I've always been an entrepreneur, like
Yes.
day one. Like, I have worked for people within very short periods of time
Yes.
because I just couldn't handle it. So, like when I was in the hair biz, and you look ahead and there was some open spots on your book, back then that was like, ooh, fear time, black. But
Yes.
one of my coaches in my business practice said, just go back and do a printout of every client that's not been in the last 6 months, and just read their names. Just read their names.
Yeah.
And they would just start calling. Like, it was the craziest thing ever.
Yes.
I would read them. Now, this is before this was in mid-90s. Like, I just found out about Abraham and, but I wouldn't tell a soul about it. But that, like, I remember that. It was like ordering off a menu.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And I would
say,
say, what made you call today? Because it was so weird. It was within such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And the exact person. And then I was like, I don't know. I just had a thought. I just thought to call you.
Yeah.
So me thinking of someone makes them think of me.
Right. Yeah, that happens quite often. Yeah. Yeah. So, but that brought up another thing about third eye, 7th chakra. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's both. When we just visualize a scene that we want.
That's how to manifest anything, is to visualize it first.
Right. Is it the 6th chakra? Is it the 7th chakra? Is it both of them working together? I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
Well, here's what I do know.
Yes.
When you feel something as if you already have it,
it's real.
It's real. It doesn't when it doesn't even matter that thing's not showed up yet. It's irrelevant, because the only thing that mattered in the first place was the feeling that you already had something.
Yes.
Or had some experience and feeling it. So that's how I manifest everything.
Yeah.
Anywhere I want to go, anything I want to do.
Yeah.
I've been and now I have so much more freedom because I don't have to create the struggle stories.
Right.
Things to overcome, things to prove to myself how strong I am. Now that I know that, there's really little gap. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And,
every piece of the way.
And I also think the crown chakra, I think we can ask it to bring new information into us anytime we want also. I know that, well, even like today or any other time I've had to speak, I would say, okay, just pour the words in that I need to say, or pour the words in that they need to hear. And that's how I visualize it coming in, is in through the crown chakra. but I also associate it with unity. I think that's when my scope, when I became more of seeing the whole world, seeing us all connected as the entire world. Because as a child, I mean, we're not really exposed to everybody in the world. We don't feel it. I mean, I knew they were there, but I wasn't as connected as I am now.
Well, when we have there is so much global stuff going on, you think you'd have no power or connection to it whatsoever, and it is.
But we are all connected to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We feel things from the other side of the world. We know things. Excuse me. I've been talking too long, haven't we?
For a minute. So when the unity consciousness, do we need to take a little pause?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna pause just for a second. Be right. Okay, we are back.
Okay.
Had a little cough clearing thing because you had just asked for.
Yes, I was asking questions. And I didn't really expect them to download something right away. But yes, that's really what the seventh chakra, at least for me, is about. It's about unity. It's about seeing all of us equal and as one, and connecting into that global community, knowing that the whole world is important. It's just not the people that are physically around us, it's the people that are all around the globe. And I've been saying for a long time that anything we do for our own self-care, that it's not helping just us, and it's not just the people that sit around us, it's an energy that flies around the globe, and anybody around the earth who sits in our vibration or is yearning for the same thing we are gets it. They get it.
Yeah, without even knowing that they didn't get it.
Right. They wanted a tool for it. They didn't know where to find the tool, so boom. I had the tool. I sent it. I didn't on purpose send it. It just goes. It's just how the divine works, how nature works, how it all works together. I think that's what they were wanting me to say.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
It is huge, and it's also true.
It's true. Yes. It
because
is true.
I think we've been doing this on this trail consciously since the mid-90s,
yes.
maybe before that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember talks with my grandma that were similar.
Yeah.
So it's been there, but think of all the stuff that we've done in all the courses and the things and the books and the videos and life and putting ourselves through the ringer.
Right.
And life putting you through the ringer.
Yeah.
Just to know that it's making it possible for somebody to just get who they are without any of that.
Right. Exactly. And I heard someone say that to me a long time ago. They said, well, eventually the vibration will be so that people will just wake up one day and go, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, good for you. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
It is good for them.
It is. It is. And I feel like it's an honor to be some of those of us who are on the path, taking the journey and moving all this energy. I love it. I love it.
I've loved every minute of it, even though some of those moments were painful, some of those moments were embarrassing, some of those moments were whatever they were.
Yeah, it's the human piece of it, so that's okay. We're human, too.
I wouldn't change a literal thing about how it's unfolded. It did it perfectly.
Yeah.
And if it did it perfectly looking back, looking forward, it's still going to be that way.
Yes.
Always going to be working out for us. And how can we use our life to make it better? Because if this just helps one person, the months that we've been preparing for this, all worth it. Just one
Yes.
person.
One person.
One person.
Exactly. Exactly. One person get an aha. Because the aha, the experience, that's what shifts you. That's what makes the changes. And it may not even be now. I encourage people
Somebody
to
could be
listen
listening
to
this
these
3 years
over
from now.
and over and over again. And I guarantee you will hear them differently based on what's going on in your life at the time.
Perception.
Yes. So, yeah, wow. I guess getting to that seventh chakra opened up a new piece for me. I mean,
Yeah, this is all.
I knew this. It was feeling it and experiencing it in a different way because I was sitting here feeling it and asking myself questions. Well, I wasn't asking me. I'm always connected to the divine and asking to let me know. Let me know what's going on.
And they did.
Right. They did.
Right in
They
the
were
middle of
telling me.
episode 9.
Right. But
So
they
we
were
had more
telling
people.
me to talk about it. They were saying, hey, do you feel that tickle in your throat? Use it.
So that's what the tickle
Use your
in the
throat.
Yeah.
Clear
Well,
it. Use it. Right.
We did use it.
Yes, we did.
What's not a lesson that Unity taught you, but like, I like what you thought of what you just said about what's possible when we do come together. Like, all this dividedness, it's going to end one day.
Yeah.
It's going to disappear.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I really do. I'll tell you what, it was really, I love it every time when I'm at the Peace Place. Not just the Peace Place, but
You
people.
are the peace place.
Yeah. People physically come to the Peace Place of all different religious backgrounds. Ethnic backgrounds. They were born in other countries. They have a different faith that they practice. And when they can come in, and I'm doing like a shamanic ceremony, and we all come together in that way, I love it. Nothing gives me more peace than to feel all of us with different religious backgrounds coming into this space and communing spiritually together. I mean, is that amazing?
It is amazing, and it's lovely, and it's that was when I was 11 years old, and
Yes.
the church thing that we went to, and he would always say, all religions are great, but if they don't come here to this little town with this on this bench and do this
Yes.
thing and dance around, like, they're not going to heaven. And it was like, at 11 years old, I was like, how
Yeah.
is somebody in the middle of Africa going to find their way to the middle of America to go to this one thing? Like, how is that possible? Like, it wasn't.
Right.
And it just never got past that point, So there was something about me that just did not buy into that.
Yeah.
And I guess at 11 years old, I did have the discernment to know that that wasn't possible because in school, one of my friends was Catholic.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's in a church. I didn't know anything about
It's
that.
different than mine. Is it
Didn't make
okay?
like, how could that be wrong? Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It was the only thing that I really remember, like, having a fight with my mom about, because she didn't, later on she told me she just didn't understand, how to explain that to me, because she didn't have the answer herself.
Right.
And that was fine. But
But
it's
this was back in the early 70s,
But my point being of what you just
Right.
said is that here we
Yes.
are today,
Right.
that we live in a world that still got it,
Yes.
got the black and white, but then there's this medium middle part that's emerging, and that
Yes.
you create a space for it, that you're attracting that into your space.
Yeah.
And when you were talking, we're going to be finished with our 9 parts somewhere at the end of summer, or the beginning of summer, right? Right. I think we said the 24th
Yeah.
was our
Right
last
before
week.
But right before
But
Independence.
are you having a thing at the Peace Place for the solstice?
I am actually meeting with some people next week to plan something.
Because
Yes.
I just saw, I must be getting downloads too.
Yes.
I just saw your entire backyard, like the
Right.
whole thing filled with people.
Yeah, we plan on there. We've got a lot of ceremonies and things scheduled for the summer.
So look for that.
Yeah.
I just see that. That would be an amazing experience.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
We'll have
Thank
to
you.
have
Thank
sound.
you. Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that too as a child, thinking this doesn't make sense to me. But I don't judge it for what it was then, and I'm just grateful for what it's moving into. And I think that's why I started in a Southern Baptist church, is to feel and see it that way. And then I married a Catholic, which
you had, yeah.
oh yeah. And then I practiced that for a long time. But I saw my growth from here to here, which made me realize I could move from here to oneness. And how great is that?
Yeah,
So-
because that was part of the journey.
Yeah,
to
part of the
realize
whole journey.
You have
yeah.
to understand
And
the
no
opposite
judgment.
of it
Right.
to know what it is when it happens.
Yeah, and to move through all of that.
And move
without
through it and
judgment.
why you would want it and why we would want it as a society.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely. So what's your takeaway from not just this one, but like the whole
All seven chakras?
Yeah, because we just blew through all of these. And
Right.
like I feel different.
Well, I do too, because I just got that download of how clear that was when I sat here and asked questions. Oh, they were going to answer them right now. So that's my takeaway. That was big.
And I saw it.
Yes.
We had to stop for it.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for following
Yes.
us along on this part of the journey with the body. Our next two are going to be in sequence, and that's where we're going to talk about grounding down into Mother Earth, Gaia, and then connecting to the Source, Soul, Sun.
Yes.
And those two items in that order. And anything that came up with any of these series, we are going to be talking about this as a group moving forward in our Facebook page. So remember to like our MPowered Facebook page, join our Facebook group where we're going to be talking about this over the next 9 weeks. And this is where you'll find other like-minded humans, just like Marilyn and I, that are in the process of waking up, and we believe we're stronger together. And we're proud to be part of the MPowered tribe.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody listening. And Michael, thank you.
You're so welcome. And remember, join us for episode 8, where we're going to be focusing on Gaia, Mother Earth. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.